and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched in whistle gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Thank you, Ukraine, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight is Thank you, Ukraine, and welcome to... When you don't mute the stream and it blares in your ear. Welcome to the Bluegrass Cup Series here at... Where are we at, BJ? Where do you think we're at tonight? Nashville Super
Speedway.
There you go. Qualifying out on the board. Hey, right now you got Alex Healy to 97, Sean Kostritz out there. You got Brandon Holder out there, Jonathan Atkins, Matt Grenier, Mikey Dill Jr., and Alex Huffman. There's Brandon Holder's number 9. And there's the 57 of Jonathan Atkins with 1 win on the season in the Team World of Thunder racing machine. His teammate is Sean Kostritz in the 46 right there.
And all these guys roll around, putting times and rolling into tonight in points. Got Jonathan Swartz leading the way, followed by Brandon Holder, G.G. Hawkins, Nick Mills, and John Kinder, your top 5 tonight on tap. Here at Nashville, we got 134 laps, stage break on lap number 55. Matt Grenier so far is going to be quick time. Ooh, make that Jonathan Atkins quick time, Matt Grenier. Huffman, Neil, Kostritz, your top 5 with first times in.
Definitely. There's the Alex Huffman from Morganfield, Kentucky right there. Mikey Dill Jr. currently in 5th in the 8 machine. A little different scheme there going on for him. Well, at least the car don't look like chickenpox.
It's true. I think we've seen that once. It's been quite a long time. The beginning of last season, I think, is the last time we saw that car.
But the other car looked good. I'll just always give him a hard time, especially when he comes in the booth and sits with us. But Mikey Dill Jr. does go quick time. Alex Healy goes 2nd. Then you got Jonathan Atkins is falling down to 3rd. Huffman now in that 4th spot. Matt Grenier in 5th. Coming on to the race's surface at car number 7 is Justin Winters from Henderson, Kentucky.
Alex Huffman going to make his way into 6th. Jonathan Swartz into 7th now. Brandon Holder's going to get pushed back into 8th. Blake Hensley will go 9th. John Kinder and Keith Acton will make up 11th, 12th.
So, Justin's first lap, he's 12th quick in the number 7 machine. Now going for his 2nd time lap. He's in the middle of 1 and 2 there. It will come out, turn number 2, head down the back straightaway, up against that outside wall. It will come down into turn number 3, right against that yellow line there. Trying to keep it there as they exit turn number 4. We'll see if he improves in lap number 2. He does. He goes 4th quick. Justin Winters, fourth quick into number 7. Next driver making his way onto the racing surface, car number 24 from Riverside, California, Michael Robinson. Michael Robinson into Coca-Cola 24. Also making his way onto the racing surface, car number 17 from Waynesville, North Carolina. It is James Silvers in the Function Junction sponsor machine.
15 cars so far with a time in. James Silvers, Michael Robinson, Jason Bridges out on track. We also have Barrett Morton, Nick Mills, Gigi Hawkins, Brian Terry, Sean Kaiser, Travis Twitty yet to get a time in. They're out of Houston, Texas. You see the 34 of Jason Bridges rolling on track right now.
Come through. He's saying come through. So, maybe that's for himself or he's telling us to come through. I don't know, but he's slamming on the brakes there in turn number 4. He's going to restart that. Meanwhile, James Silvers coming around to complete his first time lap. Michael Robinson goes 16th quick in the 24 machine. James Silvers, let's see where he goes on his first lap. Maybe that wasn't his first lap. Maybe he went back down pit road.
That's in fact his first lap. He's now starting lap number 2. Did not get a time on his first lap. Wonder if he touched the wall down the back straight away. Nick Mills in the 88 coming on track right now as well in a bright pick number 88. Love that car.
All right, James Silvers goes second quick. From London, Kentucky, Nick Mills getting the green flag. Hashtag Bluegrass Iracing 134. Name of the race tonight.
Seven drivers now with times, and we'll see where Nick Mills can time in here. Mo Abbott has connected to the server now as well. Mills at the stripe. It's going to go 17th quick.
A little Ford that could. Let's see what he does. Jason Bridges, 18th quick on his first lap. Four Toyotas in the race tonight. Still Mikey Dill Jr., James Silvers, Alex Healy, Jonathan Atkins, Justin Winters, your top 5 in qualifying. Well, just under 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in qualifying. Jason Bridges does not improve on his second lap. There's GT Hawkins in the 14 machine. Hawkins' first lap is 20th quick. Out of turn. Go ahead.
Since out of turn number 4, now let's see if he can improve his time. He's usually one of our front runners here in Bluegrass, and he does, but he only makes it up to 12th quick. Steve, a little surprised to see GT Hawkins qualify outside top 10. Right now on track, though, got out of Sacramento, California, the 48 of Mo Abbott.
Mo Abbott in a Lowe's machine. I wonder who his favorite Cup driver is, or was.
You know, just a hunch. I'm gonna say, you know, I don't know. Let's say it's Kyle Larson.
Uh, he goes 21st quick, Mo Abbott. "21 drivers have taken time here tonight. Out 25 that have signed in: Sean Kaiser, Travis Twitty, Barrett Morton, and Brad Terry all have not put down a lap. So when's that stage break again, BJ?
Lap number 55.
55. Mo Abbott goes 17th quick for his second lap in the Lowe's 48 machine. So, with 40 seconds left remaining, it's Mikey Neal Jr., James Silvers, Alex Healy, Jonathan Atkins, and Justin Winters, your top 5 here in qualifying.
"17 seconds remaining will not be enough time for the last 4 drivers to get a time in, so your field is going to be set. It looks like Brian Terry, Sean Kaiser, the 4 drivers, did not get a time. As Steve mentioned earlier, qualifying is going to wrap up right here with Mo Abbott rolling it down pit road.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your starting grid for tonight's hashtag Bluegrass Iracing Series 134. And we want to see your hashtags. Tweet your seat. Hashtag Bluegrass Iracing Series. On the pole tonight in the team syndicate, number 8 is Mikey Neal Jr. to his outside. A Cornerstone Motorsports driver, car number 17, James Silvers.
Row number 2 to the inside, Flex and YNH Motorsports, number 97, Alex Healy. Lineup to his outside for Team World of Thunder Racing. Also representing Shockeye Racing Performance, it's the 57 of Jonathan Atkins.
Row number 3 to the inside, Elite Motorsports, car number 7, Justin Winters. And to his outside, Team Syndicate, number 9, Brandon Holder.
Row number 4 to the inside, that's going to be Elite Motorsports, number 2, Alex Huffman. The lineup to his outside for Cornerstone Motorsports, it's the 69 of Keith Hackney.
And row number 5 to the inside, Team Hyper and Sim Racing, car number 95, Jonathan Swartz. And to his outside, the YNH Motorsports, car number 15, Matt Grenier.
Row number 6 to the inside in the 84, it's David Farmer. Lineup to his outside, Cornerstone Motorsports, number 14, GT Hawkins.
And row number 7 to the inside in number 31, Weaponized Motorsports, Blake Hensley. To his outside, the CFM Esports driver, 01, Scott Fritz.
Row number 8 to the inside, representing World of Thunder Racing, it's going to be the 46 of Sean Kostritza. Lineup to his outside, Turn 1 Racing, number 18, Dustin Reinsettle.
In row number 9 to the inside is the Color Till Racing, car number 48, Mo Abbott. To his outside, Hills Carolina, car number 5, John Kinder.
Row number 10 to the inside. Weaponized Motorsports, number 88, Nick Mills. Lineup to his outside, High Side Hustlers, number 34, Jason Bridges.
In row number 11, to the right and to the left, or to the left and to the right, I should say, will be Michael Robinson in Empire Motorsports, car number 24, and the All-American Motorsports, car number 25, Sean Kaiser. Roll off 22nd tonight.
Row number 12 is going to be High Side Hustlers, number 29, Travis Twitty. Lineup to his outside, the Syndicate, number 13, Brian Terry. And running out the field, does not take the grid, is going to be the 6 of Barrett Morton.
All right. Well, you don't want to be the caboose. Just don't grid. I'll move the caboose up just one more spot. Lights are out. Pace car is in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you saved your lunch money for. It is the stars and the cars of the Bluegrass Cup Series, and we're racing here at Nashville Super Speedway. Good start there for Mikey Neal Jr. as he will lead the field into turn number 1. He goes, dips to the bottom. There's the 17 Silvers. He does clear. Alex Healy in third. That 57 of Jonathan Atkins looking to the outside as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As right now, Healy and Silvers battle side by side for the second spot. One thing we learned throughout this week so far, tire management. These drivers want to manage their tires, and we got caution on the raceway. Sean Kostritza at 46. Oh, no. It was all because of that one, and he had to check up. And there's always that one that hits the one that spins.
It had Scott Fritz right there check up for the driver in front when he did. He got a little loose. Sean Kostritza checked up, which unloaded his rear tires. It looked like he might have got some help from behind, too. Yes, he did in the checkup. He got some help from the 18 of Ryan Settle. And there comes Nick Mills to add insult to injury and knock Sean Kostritza back around the other way.
Well, congratulations, Cup Series. You are the series that brings out the first caution on lap number 1 of the week. I wonder if they gave a reward for that.
It's a good question, but
Yeah.
I'll say I was just taking a look over the series stats for a quick second, and this is the first race, Steve, as fast as Mikey Neal Jr. was all last season long. As many pole positions and wins as he got. He's only got 1 win on the season, and this is the first race this season that he has qualified on the pole for.
There it is. And there's Justin Winters looking at the back of his car. You see Kinder Performance on there. Old school die cast. Team Watson Racing setups on that machine. There's Alex Huffman in the 2.
Sounds like there was another issue with the 46 of Sean Kostritza under caution. He's going to receive an EOL penalty as well, which is going to cost him 3 positions. Not a major loss for him, but he's going to drop back 3 positions. It sounds like he locked up his brakes under caution, which turned him into the 13 of Brian Terry. These guys seem to be struggling a little bit out here tonight. His lights are out on the pace car. You see the front of the field lining up now. Everybody else in the back trying to get sorted out in their correct position, get lined up as well.
Well, Monday night's Larry McNuggets is going to bring the field back down to the green. In the number 8 machine, the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, we're racked and stacked. Here we go. Nick Litter going to bring that pace car down pit road. Bernie, the iRacing flagman, going to wave the green flag out of turn number 4. Well, at the Geico restart zone. How about that? Green flag is out. Another good start for the number 8 up Mikey Neal Jr. The 17, James Silvers, now to the inside. He'll take over that second spot as they head into turn number 1. The 97 of Alex Healy falls back to third spot with the 57 of Jonathan Atkins in his hip pocket as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Brandon Holder, he's battling hard on the inside. He's to the inside, that 57 of Jonathan Atkins. Into turn number 3, give it to Holder as Atkins right there at the door. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. At the line, who's it going to be? It's going to be Jonathan Atkins at the line for that 4th spot.
Yeah, Steve, the way you said to coming to the green out of turn number 4, I started to tell you that your dirt's showing. Put a shirt on. But battle's still rolling here for that 4th spot. But yeah, Brandon Holder is not giving up on Jonathan Atkins. Atkins looks like he is liking that outer line right there. The one car length off the bottom. See him roll here into turn number 1. He's taking a look to the inside of Alex Healy now for that 3rd position. Meanwhile, Mikey Neal Jr. has grown his lead to a half a second over James Silvers. That number 8 machine is absolutely on a tear, but the battle's still going on for that 3rd spot down into turn number 3. Jonathan Atkins has nowhere to go through turns 3 and 4 right there. So he's right on the back bumper of James Silvers.
Well, you gotta wonder, did Larry McNugget study his golden nuggets as he's out there leading right now of Mikey Neal Jr. Now give that 57 to that 3rd spot, and now he's looking for 2nd. Down the back straight and pulls along James Silvers. Jonathan Atkins with 1 win on the season. He'll take over 2nd spot in turn number 3, and he's bringing along Brandon Holder. Holder around the 97. Oh, he bobbles there. We're going to go 3 wide out turn number 4. Hackney wants his name in a hat, and you know what? Brandon Holder said, no thank you, I'm going to back out of this. I don't want to be a cause of a caution, especially since someone already picked up the lap 1 caution award. But there is that number 2 of Alex Huffman, currently running at 7th. Matt Grenier. Jonathan Swartz right there in 9th, and Justin Winters rounds out your top 10. Then you have Blake Hensley and David Farmer. They're battling for 11th and 12th on the field. Side by side, coming to the line, give it to Blake Hensley. A little further back, you see Dustin Rinstidle in the number 18 machine. And then you have GT Hawkins in 14th. 15th be John Kinder. John Kinder in car number 5. Being battled by Sean Kaiser to 25. Kaiser to his inside. He will take over that 15th spot as Kinder falls back to 16th. Meanwhile, while we were talking, there's Mikey Neal Jr. There is 2nd. Jonathan Atkins is closing the gap. And Keith Hackney is battling with Alex Healy for 3rd. Give it to Hackney out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Hackney and Atkins both ready to rock and roll. They've moved away into 2nd and 3rd and chasing down the leader, Mikey Neal Jr. Brandon Holder wants to throw his name in the mix of that as he's trying to battle his way past Alex Healy. But Steve, back on lap number 8, I was just taking a look at the numbers. Back on lap number 8, Sean Kostritz actually ran the fastest lap of the race, all the way back in that 21st position as he's back there battling with Scott Fritz right now for the 20th position. But meanwhile, up front, look at how fast Jonathan Atkins is reeling Mikey Neal Jr. in and diving down into turn number 3. Atkins going to be scored as the race leader for the moment off of turn number 4. The momentum to the outside from Mikey Neal Jr. is going to be in his favor, but Atkins is going to have it at the stripe. Atkins will take over the race lead in turn number 1.
So now look at Keith Hackney. He's coming too. So now it's Atkins, Neal, and Hackney, your top 3. Those 3 are starting to pull away from Brandon Holder, who's in that 4th spot. Hackney thought about looking to the inside of Mikey Neal Jr. Neal going to block him there as they come out turn number 4. Hackney going to have to reel him back in. Now he looks to the inside. At the line is going to be Keith Hackney for that 2nd spot. Now he has his eye set on Jonathan Atkins. Atkins in the 57. Doing a good job here tonight with 1 win on the season. Keith Hackney, I believe, has 1 win on the season, BJ?
Keith Hackney has... I don't know. I can't find him. Give me a second. There he is. Keith Hackney has 2 wins on the season here in the Cup Series, riding in that 9th position in points.
So there you have it. 3 wins within the top 2. Mikey Neal has a win, so actually you got wins in the top 3 drivers. Brandon Holder now putting pressure on that number 8 machine as they go into turn number 3. Holder going to go in that middle line. Neal right there in the bottom line. He's going to try to hold it there. But look at Alex Healy. All over the hip pocket of the number 9 of Brandon Holder. Let's go a little further back. Justin Winters has fallen back to 11th spot. But there's Jonathan Swartz right in front of him. And the 17, James Silvers. Silvers down 7 spots at the start of the race. And this could be strategic, guys. When these drivers lose so many positions, I mean, it could be they're saving their tires for the end. Some will try to extend their fuel strategy to get their pit stops kind of lined out later on in the race.
You get the feeling these guys once again are not going to be able to finish out stage 1 on fuel. Nobody has throughout the entire week. The trucks and the Xfinity, neither one were able to. So I don't expect these guys to finish out the stage either. So one stop go for them. Probably going to be right around lap 27, lap 28, up to probably right about lap 30, let's say 35. Right around when I expect to see these guys coming down pit road right now. Atkins and Hackney. Hackney quickly chasing down Jonathan Atkins as they rolled on the back straightaway. Staying nice and smooth right now at number 57. Trying to make sure he doesn't leave the door open for Hackney anywhere. I'd be surprised if we don't see Hackney take a shot on that inside line the way Atkins rolls off turn number 4. Try to get to the inside of number 57 here in a bit.
Well, he's trying everything he has. As Team Watt with their Team Chevy car said, you know, last night we learned we adopted a Toyota in the field. I mean, it might have been those sales we caught on the racetrack.
It could be. It could be. We might have been able to build a Toyota out of them used parts. Not entirely sure. Bill didn't exactly give us a blank check on that one there, but we know that he's in close contact with Jonathan Atkins, so he might have just paid for that one himself. We have no idea.
Gave him a hard time last night. There's Alex Huffman. He's up to 5th, and then number 2. That's a nice looking machine there in the Huffman Designs, car number 2. Alex Healy's fallen back to that 6th position in 97. So is Matt Grenier. He's actually up 3 spots. So
Sitting here trying to watch the climb for Sean Kostritza and Scott Fritz after receiving EULs being part of those cautions. That caution that we saw earlier, Fritz has made his way back into the 14th spot. It's back where he started the race. Sean Kostritza is battling with Dustin Reinsettle right now for 18th. Meanwhile, up front, right about a car length gap between Atkins and Hackney. Hackney almost following in the tire tracks of Sean Kostritza right now. Man, look at those rotors glowing those cars. These guys are doing a lot of turbo braking, doing a lot of hard braking entering the corners here to keep those cars steady, keep them under control. It's not a high bank track and carry a lot of speed here at Nashville Super Speedway. So putting a lot of pressure on their brakes. And right there, Keith Hackney's going to suck up to the back bumper, the 57, just a little bit more. Right about quarter of a car length between those drivers. It's only 10th and a half separating them. Hackney is in striking distance, just looking for the door to open.
he's going to give it his all, that's for sure. As we're on lap number 24. Brandon Holder right there at 3rd. Mikey Neal Jr. pole sitter back to 4th. Then you got Alex Huffman, Alex Healy, Matt Grenier, Jonathan Swartz, and Blake Hensley. James Silvers rounds out your top 10. Then you have GT Hawkins, Justin Winters, David Farmer, Scott Fritz, and Sean Kaiser. Kaiser to 25. Under attack from Mo Abbott there. That's a battle for 15th and 16th on the board. Mo Abbott now takes over the 15th momentarily as they're battling side by side. Drag race for sure. Down the front straightaway, give it to Mo Abbott. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney, he's actually losing a little bit of ground to Jonathan Atkins there. Got to wonder, is a little bit strategic, or can he wear those tires, or he's trying to save them a little bit longer? In at number 69K, Brandon Holder right there all by his lonesome. In that number 9 machine, as 25 laps are in the books. 30 laps to go here to the stage break. Hashtag Bluegrass Iracing 134. Tweet your seat and use hashtag Bluegrass Iracing 134.
Yeah, battle going on for that 9th spot right now between Hensley and Hawkins, running side by side. It's going to be Hawkins to the inside, Hensley to the outside. These are both cornerstone teammates. They don't look like they're playing all that nice at the moment, unless they're just trying to hold drivers behind them back. There was a battle earlier for 5th with Alex Healy and Alex Huffman, being won by Alex Huffman. Matt Grenier went along with Alex Huffman right back past Alex Healy. But that battle between Hawkins and Hensley continues to ensue. Neither one of them want to sit back there right now. They want to track down Jonathan Swartz, start picking up more positions as we're past the halfway mark on the stage right now as we start lap number 28. Everybody trying to improve their spot little by little on a track that, Steve, as multi-groove as it is around turns, it has proven to be difficult to make passes.
Definitely it is. Keith Hackney, talking about that, has closed the gap again on the 57 Jonathan Atkins, who continues to lead. He has one win on the season, the only win for Team Watt this season, in that number 57 machine. There is Mikey Dill Jr., pole sitter, currently in that 4th position. Alex Huffman in the 2. Scott Fritz, the first driver, coming down. I don't know. He might be having some connection issues in that number 1 machine. He did. It looks like it's straightened back up as now he's back underneath the 84 David Farmer.
Alex Huffman, Justin Winters, those are the first guys coming down pit road, though John Kinder's going to follow them down as well. 3 drivers coming down pit road, making the call for the early pit stop. I like this call. Take the early stop. Get your tires and fuel now. Get back out on track. I like the call.
Matt Grenier in the 15, currently running in the top 5 here tonight. There's GT Hawkins at 5 spots in the number 14 machine, trying to chase down Alex Healy. Jonathan Swartz right there. Then you got James Silvers, Blake Hensley rounds out your top 10. As you see the 2 making his way back onto the racing surface of Alex Huffman, a lap down. Keith Hackney in that Toyota, the highest running Toyota tonight so far. Chevy leads the way as we're on lap number 32 here at Nashville Super Speedway with the Bluegrass Cup Series.
And laps are winding down in a hurry. We're at about 30 seconds a lap, so 2 laps per minute roughly, just a little bit over a minute for 2 laps, that is. I just heard another driver call out his pit stop. I want to say it was Dustin Reinstedt in the 18. I called out his pit stop. Yes, it was Reinstedt coming down. Still curious, still waiting to see when Atkins, Hackney, Holder, Mikey Neal Jr., all these guys are going to come down pit road. Scott Fritz is going to be coming down this time. Mo Abbott in the 48 is coming down this time. I was expecting them anywhere from 25 to 35 to start coming down pit road. Pit stop started on lap number 29. So the leaders got to be coming down sometime soon.
Well, start looking at when the leaders come, because that's going to be able to gauge your pit stop strategy or the rest of the night, especially towards the closing stages. That's how you'll know if a driver will be able to make it or break it. Scott Fritz, Mo Abbott, Dustin Reinstedt all coming down to their pit stalls. Jonathan Atkins stays out of turn number 4. We're complete lap number 34 as we're on lap number 35. 20 laps to go next time by until the stage break.
Laps continuing, as mentioned, winding down very, very quickly. Only one caution has plagued the race so far. Atkins and Hackney. I tried to combine the two names together there for a minute, but Atkins and Hackney still sit 1 and 2, continue to pull away from Brandon Holder, who sits right about 2 seconds back from Hackney right now. All three of these drivers really and truly kind of on their own at the moment. Brian Terry, the 13, calls out his pit stop out of that 18th position.
Well, 35 laps in the books. You know, that 94 that's not out here tonight, Dustin Hall, was like, UDTV sponsorship? I would have sponsored you if you raced tonight, but you didn't race.
Keith Hackney out of second. He's going to bring it down pit road and give up his second spot to Brandon Holder. He's the first of our leaders to come down pit road here on lap number 37.
36 laps in the books. Gotta wonder the fuel strategy going on here with the number 57. You know what? Why not gauge it now? See how far you can go. And so that will help you in the future. But here he comes. Jonathan Atkins, your race leader. He's going to hand it over to Brandon Holder, number 9. Mikey Dill Jeter right there as 37 laps are in the books as we're on lap number 38.
Keith Hackney rolling his way around, coming out of the pits. 31 of Blake Hensley calls out his pit stop. The 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. He'll be coming down pit road this time. Alex Healy coming down pit road. Brandon Holder coming down pit road.
Oh, he locks up the front.
Hawkins coming down pit road. Ooh, Holder nearly missing the pit road entrance right there. So does Alex Healy. Healy clear over in the grass. Nearly got the cone, manages to hang on to it.
He got a little bump in the rump from the 31 machine. But right now, James Silvers is now your race leader. And he's been 38 laps. So this is going to kind of gauge it, guys. You're watching here tonight. When we get close towards the end of the race. And he's going to go for 39 laps on a tank of fuel and tires.
Yeah, I'm suspecting these guys now sitting here watching them, watching the way they're coming down pit road, watching how some of them are dragging out a lot longer than others. I'm starting to think that they could probably push for close to 40, 45 laps. Obviously, we can get 40 laps as James Silvers calls out his pit stop to come down. The 84 David Farmer's coming down this time as well. These guys, I'm going to say they could probably get close to right around 45 laps on fuel. But you don't want to hang it out there for too long. You don't want to wait for too long to come down and take your fuel and lose all that time after coming down pit road to make that ground back up. We had several drivers in the field take on 2 tires. Most of the drivers in the field stayed on the same set of tires all the way around and took fuel only. One of the drivers that did take tires is going to be GT Hawkins in that 17th spot, number 14. He took 2 right side tires by the looks of it. And, lost quite a bit of time in pit road comparatively. But how much can that help him here moving forward? We'll have to watch and find out. Nick Mills is going to bring his car down pit road. Sean Kosher, Michael Robinson as well.
As you look right now, Jason Bridges is your race leader on lap number 42. With Travis Twitty down in that second spot. Travis Twitty in at 29 as Sean Kostritza gets around him. So does, let's see who that was. I believe Dustin Renstittle there. As Jason Bridges now makes his way down pit road in his number 34. And so does Travis Twitty. So that means out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, the battle for first and second will resume with Jonathan Atkins and Keith Hackney. There's Hackney. He got a little gaining to get on the back bumper of that 57 machine. But Jonathan Atkins reclaims the lead after pit stops with Keith Hackney in second. Alex Huffman, what about a good job for him as he's now in that 3rd spot.
He's the one that made the call to come down on lap 29, the earliest to pit out of these guys in the top 5, pretty much in the entire field. And I have to say, I agree with the call. I think it was a great call to come down earlier than everybody else. Brandon Holder's charging quick behind though, but I think it was a great call to make the call for pitting sooner than everybody else, because it allowed you to get on the track with fresh tires while everybody else was on older tires, start making up ground in a big hurry, and move your way to the front while everybody else comes down pit road. That's just all them spots that you're regaining and then some, versus where you would have been if you just come down with everybody else. So I think it was a great call for Alex Huffman. He's proving it right now as he sits in that third position.
Definitely it does. And Alex Healy, good job for him. Just kind of going over some stuff.
While Steve looks over that, our top five right now is Atkins, Hackney, Huffman, Holder, and Neal. Mikey Neal Jr., your pole starter on the night, sitting in that fifth spot, minus 4 positions. We got Atkins up 3, Hackney up 6, Huffman up 4, Holder up 2. You go back to 6, you got Matt Grenier up 4 positions. Our biggest mover of the race at this point in time of the race is kind of a lower number than we're used to seeing for big movers as we close in on the stage break. That's going to be Mo Abbott in 10th. He's up 7 positions. And 7 positions, that's the way that these races have gone. That is quite a few positions to move forward, but at the same time, you're used to hearing coming on the closing stages of the stage. You're used to hearing, double-digit moves, especially with green flag pit stops.
Definitely, as you see right there, lap traffic ahead of your leaders. Oh, don't know what just happened there. That's what happens when you hit buttons you don't know what you're supposed to be hitting.
Good job.
Oh, that's the replay. Well, there's shortcuts, BJ, I can tell you that.
Steve is playing with buttons again. Meanwhile, at the stripe, there'll be just 7 laps to go for Jonathan Atkins. He continues to pull away from Keith Hackney, now up to about a half a second. Separate those two drivers. A 10th faster for Jonathan Atkins over Keith Hackney the last time by. It looked like Keith Hackney had a little bit of a run there in turn 1 that time, though. Might have closed the gap just a little bit. Down the back straightaway, continuing to close the gap, I think.
He's doing something, that is for sure. There is Jonathan Atkins. There is Keith Hackney. There's Brandon Holder in that 3rd spot, being chased down by Alex Huffman. Huffman actually fell back to 4th. Holder got around him, having a good run tonight. Your pole sitter, Larry McNuggets, in the 8 machine. He didn't want to be called Larry McReynolds on Monday night. He wanted to be called Larry McNuggets. So we went with it, and that's his new nickname.
I like it. Let's go take a look down to the inside of Alex Huffman. Huffman now starting to drop back a few positions. He rides in that 5th spot, just barely hanging on to a top 5 position as Jonathan Swartz, Matt Grenier behind are charging quickly. Still, you can't fault him, though. I mean, the strategy call to come down before everybody else was a great call as he continues to remain inside that top 5. Still positive from where he started, still positive from where he was when he came down pit road. But Atkins, this is all his race at the moment as far as the stage goes. Here on lap number 52, about to be lap 53, just 3 laps remaining here in the stage.
As we'll just take a look a little further back in the pack. Pretty much single filed out. We'll get them racked and stacked here after the stage break. We'll try to get a interview with Mikey Neal Jr. There's Jonathan Atkins completing lap number 52 here. Hashtag Bluegrass Iracing 134. Tweet your seat. Let's see what kind of seat you have and make Jason post it on the Facebook page. Show us where you're watching.
Two to go. Two to go on the stage. Pit road has closed. No early pitting for anybody. And now at this point, as Jonathan Atkins continues to reel in lap traffic of Brian Terry in that number 13 spot with just over a second lead. I'm curious to whether or not Atkins is going to be aggressive here and go. Yes, he will. He is going to be aggressive. Go to the inside of Brian Terry. Put Brian Terry a lap down as the white flag waves on the stage. I was kind of expecting him to sit back and play it nice and not put Brian Terry a lap down coming to the end of the stage. But Terry looked like he just moved up, gave Atkins the line, gave him the position, showed some respect to the race leaders. I got to respect Brian Terry here, but I am still a little surprised to see Atkins make that move.
Well, the Heat's battling up for that third spot because we already know Jonathan Atkins is going to win the stage. And here comes Mikey Neal Jr. Caution is out. So Brent Holder will get that third spot. So your top 10 looking like this. Jonathan Atkins, Keith Hackney, Brent Holder, Mikey Neal Jr., Alex Huffman, Jonathan Schwartz, Scott Fritz, Matt Grenier, Bo Abbott, Dustin Rinstall rounds out your top 10. Then you got James Silvers, David Farber, Sean Kaiser, GT Hawkins, and Blake Hensley rounds out your top 15.
You know, Mikey Neal Jr. has got to be frustrated with the timing of the stage yellow right there. He was coming on strong to come around Brandon Holder. It might only be 1 point, but that 1 point could be the make or break for the playoffs or for the season championship. I say Mikey Neal Jr. is a little bit out of it right now to get the regular season championship, though. But you know, he's probably going to be a little bit salty about not being able to make that pass before the caution flag flew.
I wonder, does Bobby Hall Jr. realize UDTV Team 1, we're the same. So if I sponsor you next week at Daytona, your car has to have World of Thunder, Ultimate Dirt TV, the whole 9 yards, Miller Family Trucking. Are you willing to take that challenge? Jonathan Atkins brings them all down, giving Bobby Hall a hard time here tonight. I want to thank him for tuning in.
I tell you what, I can't wait for next week at Daytona. I want to race at Daytona. You raced last season. I want to race this season.
Uh-huh. All right. You look at Keith Hackney. He did miss his pit stop. Jonathan Atkins wins the stage, and he's going to beat him off pit road. Jonathan Atkins, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, you won the stage. What's the goal of the rest of the race?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We felt like I was saving pretty good there, but still pulling away, and turned out that we were, and kind of pulled away a little bit more at the end. So, feel like I'm pretty good here, and as long as the strategy doesn't catch me off somewhere, we'll be okay.
Well, go ahead. Thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, I think World of Thunder, Shockeye Racing, Shockeye Designs, Studio 10, and my smoking hot wife.
All right, there's Jonathan Atkins with the stage win. And let's see here.
Oh.
And let's see.
Well, we know somebody watches the broadcast, Steve.
That's right. Someone watches. All right, Larry McNuggets, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, tell us how the Nuggets are going right now.
Well, start off this race, really wanted to save some tire, and I think I did a really good job of it, but it didn't really seem to help. So I have to change up my strategy here on this run, which I know what I have to do. So let's see if it works. Got 30 laps here in this next run to really test it out, as we can go about 35 laps on fuelish. So, yeah, I mean, once I pit, we'll see how it works. But I'm gonna try something a little bit different this run, because obviously saving my tires didn't do me any good that last run.
Awesome. Go ahead, thank those fine sponsors.
Yeah, I got to thank my boys, all my teammates, Brian Terry, for allowing us to come out here and race. Brandon Holder's out here running second. John Schwartz fourth. I know Huffman's not too far behind. You got to get a little bit damage fixed. So I got to thank them so much. Alex Huffman Designs, teammate as well, put this beautiful Ricky Bobby inspired scheme out on the track tonight. So really excited. Let's see if we can get it done.
All right. Do you got any thinking, smoking hot, anything?
No.
No?
No.
He pleads the fifth.
Yep. I plead the fifth on this one.
Mikey Neal Jr., your pole sitter to here tonight. BJ, will you do the honors for Mikey?
Sure. Where do I got to take you to again?
Oh, Lord.
Elite.
All right, we're doubled up. Lights are out. We're going to let him loose out of turn number 4. Jonathan Atkins and Brandon Holder will lead the field down. Now, Keith Hackney has made a pit stop to get a little extra fuel, a little different strategy here. Is, I guess he's trying to make it in 2 stops, BJ. I'm going to assume.
I think he's trying to do it in 1.
Well,
From here.
he could try. That should be next week's hashtag smoking hot, and you finish it out what it should be in the Bluegrass Iracing series. It could be smoking hot car, smoking hot house.
Well, if you let me get out on track, it probably will be a smoking hot car. It might be on fire.
Pace car pulls in. Green flag is in the air. Jonathan Atkins brings the field down. We're back to racing as he brings Mikey Neal Jr. on the inside. Brandon Holder out there on the outside with Jonathan Schwartz. The top 4 will single file out. Even the top 5 with Matt Grenier. James Silver is battling with the 1 of Scott Fritz out of turn 2 down the back straightaway, along with Mo Abba and GT Hawkins. They battle side by side going into turn number 3. They're not giving an inch. They're still side by side. GT Hawkins tries to inch forward out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway and giving GT Hawkins for that 8th spot.
It's real see battles throughout the entire field. And Steve, one driver that really surprised me coming back from that stage break is going to be Scott Fritz in 6th. It must have had a fantastic pit stop. It's the only thing I could explain that one with, to find himself in that 6th position. You know, it never ceases to amaze me on the asphalt side how much of a difference pit stops can make. You know, we don't have it on the dirt side.
Definitely one of those drivers to make an extra pit stop, I believe, was the 2 of Huffman, I believe. And, you know, right now he has a teammate right there in front of him. That way he can kind of maneuver his way around. Both of them, those drivers, get up there. But there's Keith Hackney to the outside of the number 2 of Alex Huffman. Hackney came from the very back, making a late pit stop, get a little extra fuel. There's Brian Terry currently running at 22nd. Michael Robinson a lap down. Jason Bridges out of the race along with Barrett Morton. Did not start the race. A little further up, there you see the 7 of Justin Winters battling with the 97 Alex Healy, who's going to take over the 13th spot. And oh Nelly, it's Huffman and Hackney right there battling side by side. Talk about 2 aggressive. Hackney had to get on the binders there. That got a little dangerous.
It definitely did, just a little bit. Justin Winters come just about across his nose right there. But Steve, back on lap number, I think it was 64, Jonathan Atkins set the fastest lap of the race, being the first driver to break that 29-second mark. And then Brandon Holder, Jonathan Schwartz both did it the following a lap. So track seems to be getting much, much quicker. The track temperature's going down as we go later into the evening. You see it there on screen, 85 degrees. That's pretty cool temperatures for the track surface. That means there's a lot of grip in that surface, a lot of speed to be had. And right now, Jonathan Atkins is absolutely flying up there ahead. But look behind him. You got Mikey Neal Jr., our pole starter, is not letting him out of his sights. And he's bringing Brandon Holder with him.
Brandon Holder at number 9, chasing that number 8 machine. There's Jonathan Swartz at the 95, currently running fourth. There's Matt Grenier having pressure from Scott Fritz. Fritz thought about looking to the inside. He might do it going into turn number 3. He does not. He's going to fall in line. Going to try to keep it right there. Keep the car nice and clean. GT Hawkins rounds out your top 10. Mo Abbott in 9th. James Silvers at 8th. David Farmer in 7th. A little further back, we talked about the number 7, Justin Witters. He has fallen back a little bit. And you got to wonder, this track here, is he saving tires for the long run? Because Huffman is now up that 14th spot, his teammate. And Hackney is right in front of him in that 69 machine as they're trying to get around. The number 5 of John Kinder. Oh, they bunch up. And the number 2 washes up there. That's going to drop him back a little bit. Alex up and down to that 16th position.
Definitely could have gotten bad. Yes, definitely was. It definitely could have gotten bad very quickly, but everybody able to hang on to it. Right there is Keith Hackney continuing to work his way through the field as he's on the inside of John Kinder right now. And look right behind now. John Kinder is the 46 of Sean Stritzy. He had that early race incident that sent him to the rear. He's currently hanging on right now and slowly trying to work his way back forward. He's back up to +1 from where he started, up 1 position in that 14th spot. He's got the 25 Sean Kaiser to his inside. Kaiser has proven time and time again he'd be very, very quick in that number 25 machine. Right now he's all over the back bumper of that 46, but Stritza has been doing what he needs to do, taking his time, biding his time, not wearing his tires out, just slowly working his way forward in that number 46. I think he's going to be a good contender to watch later in the race.
Rounds out your top 10. Definitely. Well, don't know what's going on the other screen, but hey, that happens. That's 25 of you watching, 17 of giving a thumbs up. So we need some of you, more of you, to hit the thumbs up button. There's your race leader. You look at Mikey Neal Jr. He's a coming. As we're on 71 laps in the Bucks here on lap number 72. Your top 3 right there on screen as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As we take a look at the lap data right there, Atkins was quicker than Neal on lap number 71. But lap 69.70, Neal was quicker. There is the one of Scott Fritz. Fritz trying to close in on that 15 of Matt Grenier, who rounds out your top 5 in the 15 machine. Taking a look a little further back, Keith Hackney now getting around James Silvers. That's a battle. Now he's up to 11th. Healy right in front of him in 10th. There's Sean Kostritza currently run 13th. Alex Huffman in 14th. Justin Witters in 15th.
The whole field pretty much single filed out right now. It is time to sit back and relax for these guys. Don't push it too hard. Don't put too much pressure on those tires and wear them out right now. Don't run a risk of costing yourself a race. Relax at this point in time. You still got at least one more pit stop for the entire field. Take a break, relax, get in line. Don't cost yourself any positions. Do what you got to do so you can be in position later in the race. I think everybody's making a smart move right now to just sit back and relax.
Definitely. Except for Jonathan Swartz. He's right there on number 9. The BK Racing Designs number 9 of Brandon Holder. Scott Fritz has gotten around Matt Grenier for that 5th spot. Grenier falls back to 6th. There's David Farmer in the 84. Look, there's Mo Abbott Keith Hackney now going to the outside to get around the 97. He will complete it out off of turn number 2. And there's that 14 of GT Hawkins. GT Hawkins looks to the inside, 97 out of turn number 4. Side by side with Healy at the start finish line, giving GT Hawkins for that 10th spot. Out turn number 2.
I was going to say a little bit of a hornet's nest going on right now behind GT Hawkins. Oh, contact between the 17 of James Silvers and the 2 of Alex Huffman. That's going to cost James Silvers a few positions. He's going to drop back into that 14th spot. He's lost 12 positions throughout this race, Steve. This race is not going the way that he wants it to go. He's got to figure something out to work his way back up there.
Definitely, you gotta wonder what he's thinking, what he has to do. Take a look at the pit strategies. They're lap number 20. We've seen someone go 40 laps. That was Farmer. So we know these drivers go up to 40 laps the distance. As they head down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Atkins with 2-car length advantage over the 8 of Mikey Dill Jr. Brendan Holder right there in 3rd. Jonathan Swartz has fallen back a little bit. And Scott Fritz is now gating on him as he's left Matt Grenier behind. As soon as he got around Matt Grenier, he just started pulling away. There's David Farber in 7th. Bo Abbott in 8th. And there's Keith Hackney and GT Hawkins. Hawkins not letting Hackney out of his sights. He's going to follow him all the way through the front. There's the 97 of Alex Healy. And Alex Huffman right there in 12th. Closing the gap on Alex Healy. Then you got Sean Kostritza right there to 46. Currently running 13th. Justin Witters putting pressure on the 17 of James Silvers. Give Witters that 14th spot. Silvers falls back to 5th. There's John Kinder at 16th. Dustin Rinstedel right there at 18 car in 17th with Blake Hensley in the 18th. Having a bad night right now, Blake Hensley is. And Nick Mills in the pink 88 machine. Currently running 19th. Brian Terry rounds out your top 20 with Travis Twitty, the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think if Nick Mills would have had a UDTV logo on that car, we'd have to say best in show on that bright pink car. But he doesn't have a UDTV logo on that car, so we're going to have to say third best. Right now, Atkins continues to lead this race. Last time by about a 10th faster than Mikey Neal Jr. These guys just playing a bit of a cat and mouse, one lap after another. One is faster than the other. It's like you see the gap close for a split second, then it spreads back apart between these guys. Nobody's really gaining any ground on anybody at this point in time. It's about the top 2 have really broken away with 0.3 of a second between them. About a half a second back is Brandon Holder, and then another. I'm gonna try to do math here really quickly. About another almost second back from Brandon Holder, you've got Jonathan Swartz and Scott Fritz. Those 2 drivers running right about 0.3 of a second apart. This field's getting all spread out all throughout all 24 cars. Nobody's really getting a lot of side-by-side battles. You see one right there coming up by your screen right there. Justin Winters, I believe that was John Kinder, actually starting to take a look at Sean Kostritza in front of him.
As he gets around off the turn, BJ, he's closed that gap. John Kinder in that number 5. Now looks to the inside as they head into the turn number 1 there. Side by side as the momentum's on the 46 side of Sean Kostritza. But out of turn number 2, he's going to lose ground to the 5. 5 is going to pull up alongside him. John Kinder in the Kinder Performance, and he goes into turn number 3. Shoots it down in there as we're on lap number 85. Jonathan Swartz coming down pit road for pit stops.
First of our green flag pit stops comes out of that 5th position. Jonathan Swartz giving it up. He's the first one to come down pit road. This is going to guarantee him a 2-lap stop right now for that number 95, the 14 of GT Hawkins. Excuse me. 97 of Alex Healy coming down pit road. Man, I had the hiccups all of a sudden.
86 laps of the Bucks. Jonathan Atkins, your race leader, he won the stage. Mikey Dill Jr., he was your pole sitter tonight, currently running in second. Alex Healy now down pit road with GT Hawkins. But Brandon Holder in the top 3 up 3 spots. But how about Scott Fritz in that 4th position up 10 spots to start the race? The only other driver up double digits is Mo Abbott up 10 in the 7th position. Matt Grenier comes out on turn number 4. He will head down pit road along with Mo Abbott. So pit stops have begun. Alex Healy and GT Hawkins still out on the racing, or in the pit lane, in service under their vehicles, as we're on lap number 88. Take a look at your pit strategies there. They're on lap number 30, so we know these lead pack can go approximately another 10 laps if needed.
If needed, but we know that the drivers that pushed that long, we know they had to save, and there is in no way, shape, or form that these front guys have been saving their fuel. I'm surprised that they're still running as fast as they are. It doesn't even look like they've been saving their tires. Jonathan Atkins out of the race lead, calls out his pit stop. Sean Kostritz's teammate in 9th will be coming down as well. 5, John Kinder calls out his stop. He will be heading down pit road. It's going to give the lead over to Mikey Neal Jr. Brandon Holder now in 2nd. David Farmer in 3rd. Once cycles around, Keith Hackney 4th, and Alex Huffman in 5th.
So look at the pit strategies. Neal went 38 laps on his first set of tires and fuel, trying to go approximately another 38 laps. He's on lap number 32 since he's last pitted. So maybe there's a different strategy going on with some other drivers trying to make it to 2 more stops or 1 more stop after this. Mikey Dill Jeter completes lap number 90 as we're on lap number 91. So when you get to lap 94, BJ, you have 40 laps to go. So some of these drivers are going to try to aim for that on a 1 more pit stop strategy when others have to make 2.
Yeah, definitely at this point would be looking to make it as long as I possibly can, for sure. I'd be looking to go past the 94 mark and have the freshest tires I possibly can from there to the end of the race and only do it on 1 stop. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight for some of these drivers, but that is definitely the call that I would be making. I'm surprised at some of the drivers that I've seen come down that I really would have expected to see them try to stretch it out and do it in 1 stop. And surprised at others that I'm seeing that look like they are stretching. Oh, no. Caution flag waving, Steve. And are you okay there?
Oh, I'm fine. Caution on the racing surface.
Alrighty then. You sound like you just got punched in the stomach.
I'm not sure who that caution is for. I'm looking.
Well, that I don't know, but I know GT Hawkins just ran right before that caution came out the fastest lap of the race with a 29.9 flat.
Yep, the timing tower's not telling me who it is, so we're going to watch David Farber just kind of see if it's on the back straightaway. And it's not. So your lead pack will come down pit road.
Let's take a quick look, Steve, at Alex Healy. Looks like it might have been the 97 bringing out that caution.
What lap's this? Oh, that's the first one.
Ooh, that was the very first caution. That was a long time ago, Steve.
What kind of crap button is this on here? It's supposed to go to crashes, and it's definitely not going to crashes. Well, I thought we figured something else out, so that was a mistake. I thought it was a new addition to SDK.
Oh, I know mine has a previous incident button. It doesn't work very well, but you can hotkey a previous incident button to a key. Oh, you can hotkey a previous incident button to your keyboard, but that takes a little bit of doing.
We're going to go the hard way. We're going to go backwards on Alex Healy. Oh, there. Found it. See drivers coming out onto the racing surface there. Healy down the back straightaway. Out turn number 4. We're good. We're good. We go 4 wide or 3 wide and run out of real estate.
It looked like Haley just went to duck between the two, and the gap was not as wide as it looked like. It come across the 29's nose and around it went. Did it in style, you know. He did a full loop, turned right back around, and kept rolling.
Well, that caution is going to help your race leader Mikey Deal out, because right now Jonathan Atkins, he's on the lead lap, but on the back end of the lead lap, in that 13th position.
Yeah, this severely hurts a lot of the front runners that had come down pit road during green flag pit stops. Everybody else going to be able to come down during the caution that had not pitted yet or had already made their way back to the lead lap. And one of those drivers, of course, being Jonathan Atkins, who's led the most laps throughout the night so far here. Now he's got an uphill battle from 13th position, come all the way through this field to try to go after a race win, and not a whole lot of time to do it.
Jonathan Atkins says you're out there fixing to see a show or see a wreck. 1 to 2, because he is going to be balls to the wall when we go back to green flag racing in that 57 machine. As some of these drivers are coming back down pit road to get a little extra fuel. Alex Upton, James Silvers, Travis Twitty, Blake Hensley, Brian Terry, and Jonathan Swartz. Atkins down, gets the wave around the pace car. Mikey Neal Jr., your race leader, he will choose the inside for the restart. Brand Holder will choose the outside. As drivers that are getting a little splash and go make their way back onto the racing surface.
And only 6 cars, now 7 cars, 8 cars, 9 cars actually make it back to the lineup as the pace cars already rolling into turn number 3. The whole field rushing to get lined up. This is not going to be good for a lot of these guys. Several of them have to let drivers go by, so that's slowing them down. That's really going to mess up the start for some of these people. It's Jonathan Atkins in the 57 right there. Scored in 12th, was the leader prior to the green flag pit stops, and then the caution flying. He's now got one heck of an uphill battle. Green flag is out for Mike Neal Jr., though. Excellent start for him. He's bringing Keith Hackney right along with him behind. Hackney now scored in that second spot as they head down into turn number 1. Brandon Holder third. Justin Winters falls into that 4th spot. Jonathan Atkins already up into 11th. Restarted in, was he at 12th or 13th? I don't remember. Now he's in 11th already.
And we got caution on the racing surface. Oh, Brian Terry, David Farmer. Causing some sparkles of snakes. As Brian Terry has some heavy front end damage on that number 13 machine. Oh, he just kind of went right into David Farmer. But let's rewind a little bit further, kind of see what happens. Maybe we can see a little difference transpire. Ooh. Out of turn number 2, Farmer, I mean, yeah.
Well, that happened.
It was, kind of wreck. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of
Hoffman?
restart that was that a lot of people that was single file, that means it came in, and correct me if I'm wrong, BJ, they came in to top off the fuel with 1 lap to go.
That is definitely.
Pit road's closed then, right?
Pit road is close. So all those drivers got an EOL penalty to restart at the rear of the field. Meanwhile, at the same time, everybody that got a waiver around had to come by those guys. Let some of them back by that managed to make it down pit road before pit road closed. It was a mess all the way around.
Definitely. So you see the people that could not make a pit stop fuel up with some Sunoco racing fuel there, so they should be able to go the rest of the distance. So that's the reason why over half the field, was single file on the inside lane as we're coming up 2 laps. I believe we'll go back racing. It'll be 34 laps to go. We'll just have to wait and see. Mikey Neal Jr. is your race leader.
And it was requested that we see if we could take a look at the in-car on Brian Terry on that caution.
Okay.
That was the request given for that one.
Well, let's do this. Let's rewind it.
There's now riding in-car on Brian Terry. He's got to know.
Oh!
Ooh.
I don't know what caused that car to turn right there. Really hard.
I'd say that was a little worse than I'd initially thought. And
I mean, that is... We're just going to leave it at that. We just work here.
Oofda, as Nick would say. Oofda.
A clean car is a happy car. A wrecked car
It's a slow car.
is a slow car. So remember that. And that's what Nick Leonard tells all the people. Well, that replay showed a little something. But anyway, not my cake, and I'm not going to eat it.
Oh, I'd like to eat it. I like cake.
Lights are out. Keith Hackney now your race leader. Brandon Holder will restart second on the inside line. Now you see all the drivers will rack to stack double foul. Sean Kostritza. Oh, Mikey Neal Jr. stopped on a racing surface there. That's probably going to delay the race. Now he's going. As now the front row has crisscrossed. Now Hackney wants the inside.
How
How about Justin Winters there in that 4th spot in the number 7 machine?
He's been doing a fantastic job making his way up, or getting his way back up there, I should say. He started the race in 5th, but getting Nick Mills in 3rd, up 16 positions.
Yep, Mills up 16 positions. Lights are out. We're fixing to go back to green flag racing. As we come to the Geico Restart Zone, Alex's favorite time of night. We're racing here at... Where, BJ?
Nashville.
There you go. I have to make sure BJ knows where we're at. Sometimes
A racetrack.
Keith Hackney with a good start there out of turn number 2. He started to pull away. 3-car leagues advantage over number 9 of Brandon Holder. Justin Winters stays in that 3rd spot with his teammate in his hip pocket. They go into turn number 3. Justin Winters 3rd. Alex up and into the 4th spot. There's Dustin Runstall battling with Nick Mills. That's for 5th and 6th on the board. Nick Mills in the pink 88. Battling with Dustin Rinstedel. Rinstedel tries to get in the top 5. Got a little loose there. Yeah, hands it back over to Nick Mills. Down the back straightaway, side by side racing. There it goes. Alex Huffman gets around Justin Winters. Huffman out of 3rd, Winters to 4th. Travis Twitty. He's kept it clean all night. He knows there's 30 laps to go next time by. Starting to make a difference up here, up to 14 spots. Right now, he's listed as your hard charger in that number 29 machine.
I actually gotta go look at this because I don't remember if it was him or if it was Tony Iverson last night that got a little upset at an incident, so they were going to be making noise. That would be Tony Iverson. All right, so Tony Iverson last night was having a really good run and then got taken out. I was thinking it was Travis Twitty right there. You're watching Travis Twitty racing for some of these front positions, doing a fantastic job out here tonight. I was thinking that it was him, but it was not. Right now, he's got the Jonathans all over his back bumper. Him and Alex Healy battling side by side. Jonathan Swartz and Jonathan Atkins side by side behind them. Healy's going to take over the 9th position. He's going to bring Atkins along with him on the inside. Swartz is going to follow in line down to the bottom. Now they're going to bring Scott Fritz into that line with them. See if they can all make their way by. Atkins now side by side with Twitty. Look at the run that Travis Twitty had down the back straightaway in that rise number 29. And that is a sharp-looking number 29. Curious to who painted that one.
Well,
talking about paints the other day.
Well, looking at this, the number 9 is caught up to the hip pocket of the 69. That's Brandon Holder. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, chasing the race leader, Keith Hackney. He's within striking distance as they go into turn number 3. It's one thing to catch him, another thing to pass him. As the 3rd spot, Alex Huffman. Currently running at 3rd. There's his teammate in the 7 machine. Currently running your top 4. Your top 4 is pulled away from Dustin Runstedel in the 18 machine. And then you got James Silvers, Nick Mills, and the 31 of Blake Hensley. We said he was having a bad night. He's made his way in the top 10. Jonathan Swartz now looks to the inside. BJ, ooh, Nelly.
It looked like Healy went to close that door, but it was too little too late. That nearly ended badly, but Healy luckily realized where Atkins was and gave him room once again. Atkins very quickly working his way through the field right now. You see right there, you talked about him. Hensley recovering his night after not having a very good night throughout the race. Riding in that 8th position. Definitely one of those drivers that caution during the pit stops played into his favor. Because right now he continues to try to hold off that charging number 57 of Jonathan Atkins, who's all over his back bumper. Meanwhile, back up front, Hackney, Holder, Huffman, your top 3. And Huffman, your top 3 are going to ride on board with Justin Winters now in that 4th spot and watch these top 3 drivers race ahead of him.
Definitely, he's on the loud pedal down the back straightaway. They head into turn number 3. He's off the gas, letting it coast. Now he's back on it. Picks up the throttle. Out of turn number 4. You can see the top 3. Gotta wonder, is he trying to save gas here a little bit?
For Justin Winters, I'm going to have to say no. I don't think he is. The way he's downshifting through the turns, he's shifting down into 4th gear. You saw it there on his dash. The way that he is downshifting, I don't see him saving fuel on that because that raises your RPMs. The higher your RPMs, the more fuel you're burning. So when he's running the higher RPMs by downshifting and keeping that power up through the corners, that is going to burn more fuel. So it's going to be the exact opposite of fuel saving there for that number 7. He is on the charge. He is trying to catch up to the top 3 right now.
Well, maybe the goal is to burn the fuel so he can be a little bit faster. Who knows? A little bit lighter, a little faster
Maybe.
car. It's Keith Hackney now pulling away from Brandon Holder. There's the 2 of Alex Upman that gets a run. Looks to the inside for second. Holder going to battle back on the outside. 22 laps to go. Coming to. Next time by be 21. Good racing going on between second and third. There is a 7. He's starting to catch back up these second and third spot. And then there's Dustin Renstudel in an 18 machine. Blake Hensley in 6th. There's James Silvers. Jonathan Atkins has not gotten around Nick Mills. He tries to this time on the outside. He's going to clear him. There he brings Jonathan Swartz with him. So Atkins up to 8th. I don't think BJ has enough time to do it.
I don't think he does either at the rate that he's making moves. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I will say, though, the way that Atkins and Swartz are running together, it almost looks like the 2 Jonathans are working together as a team right now. I think Steve's having fun right now, but lost my train of thought. But thanks, Steve.
I mute my mic. You can't hear me.
I can hear you. What y'all don't hear when Steve mutes his mic, there is so much going on. Oh. All right, so right now our top 5: Hackney, Huffman, Winters, Holder, Hensley. Your top 5, and it's. I thought Huffman was gonna, Holder was gonna take a look to the inside on Huffman. Holder, yeah. If I get the names right, will be great. Holder take a look to the inside of Winters right there, but was not able to. Get the momentum. Holder seems to be struggling right now. Got to burn his tires up a little bit too quickly in that number 9 machine as he continues to fall back. Blake Hensley is starting to close the gap on both Holder and Winters now, but Hackney right now is being chased down by Alex Huffman, who's running right about a 10th quicker. Huffman, yeah, I talked to him about last season a little bit a while back, and he told me, he goes, one thing I've really got to learn is how to save tires. It's one thing I haven't figured out. It's one thing that I haven't mastered yet. He said, you guys call it on a broadcast every single time, and you've been right every single time. So it's one thing I need to work on right now. It really looks like he has been doing that and is really starting to get it figured out, as he's right this second the fastest car on track, running in that 2nd position. Meanwhile, Brandon Holder continues to track down Justin Winters for that 3rd spot. Try to make moves on him, try to make passes on him. There's a massive break between Brandon Holder and Blake Hensley in that 5th spot.
Definitely it is. Oh, Winters goes a little hot. That's going to allow Holder to the inside. It's right now I'm cheered on that number 7. Get him in an interview, post-race interviews. Justin Winters holding off. But here comes Holder battling back again. One more time he's trying. But look at this. A battle is brewing, BJ. It's a brewing for 1st and 2nd, because Huffman is there within striking distance. Going back to the person who led and won the stage break. That is the 57 Atkins. He made his way up to 7th, but here comes GT Hawkins. You got to wonder, did Atkins burn up those tires a little too quickly?
Definitely going to say probably did. Working through traffic like that, it puts a lot of strain on your tires, puts a lot of wear on them. And there's not much you could do about it. You know, when you're that much faster and you want to get the spots back, the race is coming to the closing stage here. You've got to drive it. You've got to drive the tires off of it. And that's exactly what Atkins has been doing, and I think he's put himself in a bad position I think it's too little, too late. I think he's wore those tires out.
The battle still going on for that third spot. Brendan Holder has it momentarily. Winters is battling back on the inside. When Atkins made that pass, Winters did a crossover move, went to the inside of Holder. As he had to get on the brakes there. Now he pulls alongside him out. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Give it back to Justin Winters to that third spot. But they better watch out because that's allowing Blake Hensley to close the gap in that 31 machine as they head into turn number 3. As we take a look back up front, the number 2 of Alex Huffman's within striking distance still. Closed up on the back bumper. And you know what? If Huffman is watching, the chrome horn can be used at any time, BJ. Are you aware of that?
I am aware of that, and we've already seen it used once this week with Bobby Hall Jr. to take over that second spot in the Truck Series. I'm curious as to whether or not Alex Huffman will go after it as well.
Definitely. I mean, hey, only time can tell. So, now the 7 of Winters has to hold off not only the 9 of Brendan Holder, but Blake Hensley and GT Hawkins is closed up in the mix. Right there, C31, he had to get on the binders, not getting the back of the 7 as they checked up with 10 laps to go. Now 9 for your race leader, Keith Hackney.
The laps continue to wind down or run out for Alex Huffman here to try to make moves on the number 69, but he is right there going into turn number 3. He's took a peek to the inside out. Keith Hackney's gonna shut the door and say, not gonna happen this time. Try again later. Right now, you see him peek into that inside constantly in that number 2 machine. He wants to go after it, keeping that nose to the inside, watching to see where Hackney's going to go, watching to see what kind of move he's going to make. Hackney just continues to close the door, looking a little further back. We've got a battle going on for that 5th position right now between Brandon Holder and GT Hawkins, battling side by side for that 5th spot. Right behind them, there's a battle going on between Atkins and Silvers. Atkins is going to take over the 7th position, though, and start trying to track in Holder and Hawkins right up ahead and try to get a shot at a top 4 and possibly later make a move for a top 3 position. As long as those two keep battling, it's going to allow Atkins to continue to close ground on them.
Not.
Huffman is here.
There we go.
I knew what you was getting at.
As they head out turn number 2 down the back straightaway, 6 laps to go, coming to 5. GT Hawkins right there battling with Brendan Holder still. Give it to that 5th spot to GT Hawkins at the line. Brendan Holder still battling on the outside, giving it everything he got for that 5th position. Meanwhile, 5 laps to go for that 69 machine. Can he hold off Alex Huffman?
The way Alex Huffman is running right now, it's going to be very difficult for him. And Huffman, as we said, Huffman's going to make a massive move to the inside. Hackney's going to actually give room. Huffman got his nose there and forced Hackney to move up to the high side. Huffman to the race lead with 4 laps remaining.
4 laps to remain for that number 2 machine, your race leader, Huffman Designs. And he's pulled away from Keith Hackney. There's Justin Winters. You know, once he got through battling with Brendan Holder, he actually started to pull away from Blake Hensley. 3 laps to go here. Laps are winding down. Your race leader, Huffman. And there's Hackney. He's lost a lot of ground to Alex Huffman. There's winners. There's Blake Hensley and GT Hawkins. GT Hawkins in striking distance trying to get that fourth spot away from Blake Hensley. He thinks about looking to the inside, thought better of it. Jonathan Atkins now has made it to that sixth spot. Brandon Holder in seventh. James Silvers, Mikey Neal Jr., your pole sitter tonight. And rounds out your top 10 is Scott Fritz. 2 laps to go for Alex Upman as he heads out of turn number 2. Upman trying to set his sails high here tonight. Down the back straightaway. There's Keith Hackney in second. There is Justin Winters, and he got the storm of brewing behind him. He's going to have to play defensive mode there. As GT Hawkins is there, out of turn number 4, down the straightaway. BJ, bring us home.
White flag in the air for Alex Huffman. This is now his race to lose. He's already out the 2.2 second lead over Keith Hackney. What a fantastic job Alex Huffman has done. Battle going on side by side now for that third spot. This is for the final podium position. Who's going to be the one to get interviewed out of turn number 4, though? Alex Huffman is going to take the race win as he comes down the front straightaway. Checker flag is waving. Alex Huffman, Keith Hackney, Justin Winters is going to take that third spot just barely. 1/100th of a second over GT Hawkins. It's going to be Blake Hensley, Brandon Holder, Jonathan Atkins will make his way back 7th. Mikey Neal Jr., Scott Fritz, and James Silvers rounding out your top 10 across the stripe. Man, what a race to the finish for that third spot, Steve.
Definitely. We'll go ahead and take a look at your official results. Alex Upman picks up the win with Keith Hackney, Justin Winters, GT Hawkins, Blake Hensley rounds out your top 5. Then you got Brandon Holder in 6th, Jonathan Atkins in 7th, Mikey Neal Jr. in 8th, 9th is Scott Fritz, 10th will be James Silvers. Then you got Bo Abbott in 11th. 12th will be John Kinder. 13th will be Jonathan Swartz. Matt Grenier rounds out your top 14. And 15th place tonight will be the 84 machine of David Farmer.
Then it's going to be Sean Kostritza, Nick Mills, Travis Twitty, Dustin Reinstedt, Michael Robinson, your top 20. Alex Haley, Brian Terry, Sean Kaiser, Jason Bridges, and Barrett Morton does not take the race grid here tonight in that 25th spot.
We'll be right back after these commercials with post-race interviews. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. You've been watching the Bluegrass Cup Series as Alex Huffman picks up the win here tonight in that number 2 machine. As BJ's caught up with your race winner.
Sure, I've caught up with Alex Huffman. Man, what a fantastic race. Way to cap it off here tonight and come home with the one that means the most, the end of the race win.
Oh, woo! That's all I can say. Oh, that was tiring.
Definitely a lot of excitement, Poorly timed caution for some, perfectly timed caution for others. How did that final caution come into play for you, or the second to final caution come into play for you with green flag pit stops being underway at the same time?
I wanted to stretch it because I felt like if I stretched it, I might be able to pull a old Justin Winters and save enough fuel on the last run and make it all the way on one more stop. So I was going to run it out as far as I could and then save if I had to. And then when that caution came, I was like, oh, that's a big break, because I was mired back in the pack after fixing some damage after the stage. Which, coming through there, I got into Silvers on accident. Didn't want to get into him, and I got into Keith when bottom checked up. It's hard to judge braking distances here because, everybody's different, and I just got in a couple people, so I want to say sorry to them. But I don't know. It was a handful. I knew I topped off on that second to last caution or whatever it was. I topped off, and I knew Keith didn't. So that whole run, once I got past Brandon, I was like, if I keep pressure on Keith, he might run out of fuel. And I was just hoping I could push him a little bit too far past his limit of what he wanted on fuel saving. And I barely even had enough there at the end. I only had 0.3 of a lap left when I crossed the line, so I shut it off just to do a little bit of a donut.
Well, it worked out for you. You managed to save something for a little bit of a donut. Go ahead and thank your sponsor. Shout outs. Everybody will make it possible for you to get this race win here tonight.
Of course, got to thank Deb at Old School Diecast, Huffman Designs, of course. My family that supports me, y'all for broadcasting this, Jason at Bluegrass. Big congrats to Justin and on third and Hackney in third. Second, yeah. I kind of wish Hackney got third. I was wanting a 1-2 for me and Justin. He got close, but it's still awesome to see him up in the top 3 with me.
Congratulations again on your race win. That is Alex Huffman. Steve?
Well, we caught up with Keith Hackney. Keith, you just let it loose with a couple of laps left to go here. Let it all hang out and come up a spot shy.
Yeah, I was pushing it on fuel, and Healy was actually pushing me a little bit harder than I wanted to, and I lasted as long as I could go, and just one of those things, man. It sucks, man. I was fast all night, and then I had a mishap earlier in the race, and I looped it on pit road, and I was cussing. I was mad in Discord, so just had to fight our way back up there. And we looked up after some of the green flag stops and caution come out, so I got that position back. And I don't know what happened to Mikey right there before that last run, so I don't know, but we'll take it. Either way, I was still going to fight tooth and nail right there on that restart, and even up till the end. I actually ran out of fuel crossing the checkered, so we just had enough. I backed off right at the right time, and I just had to let him go. I hated it, man. I wanted it so bad because I haven't won since the dirt race, actually. Haven't had too good of luck over here, but we're starting to get our feet under us. Third place last night, second tonight, and trying to get some momentum right here, ready for the playoffs. And we're going to see if we can try to do what we did in the trucks, but it's a different ball game over here with these guys. But we're showing a lot of speed. We're getting faster and faster every week. And like I said a couple weeks ago, I wanted to get hot, and I needed to get hot. So I hope this is that first step in doing that.
All righty, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, man. Just got to thank Cornerstone, Weaponized, everything they do, and all their sponsors, NLR, NA Twins, Custom Cabinets by Keith, Dominator Designs, Outlaw Gaming, y'all doing y'all's thing as always. Jason for putting up with every headache that we give him every night of the week. And shout out to Tasha. We're just patiently waiting on the little one. It's just a couple more weeks, so I hope it don't interfere with my championship run. But if it does, it'll be worth it. So.
All right, this is Keith Hackney coming home in third or second place tonight. BJ caught up with our third place finisher.
That's right. I have caught up with Justin Winters, the man who likes to sit quiet right there, right around the top 5 position. And tonight was able to get up there, win it counted, and find himself on the podium. Man, what a race you had, especially coming to the finish. Man, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a tough race. I saw that Keith was saving, and Alex had got a pretty good lead. And I was like, well, I'm going to make one more run at it with about, 8, 7 to go and just see what we got. Well, I did that and got in the wall and let everybody behind me catch up with me and get in contention and about give me a heart attack coming to the checkered.
Well, you had I asked Alex about it after with his race winning. I had the oddly timed caution, the poorly timed caution for some, and perfectly timed caution for others. Right around that last green flag pit stop cycle. How did that play into your favor to help you work up there towards the front?
Yeah, that was a good caution for all of us. I think me, Keith, Alex, and Mikey were all stayed out as long as we could, and we got that caution. It really helped us with track position, and with these cars, man, I think track position's a bigger key. And then what people think, because you can, if you're up front, you got clean air, and your car handles a lot better than it does behind another car.
That is definitely for certain by the way it looked, but man, battles all throughout the field. You had a lot of fighting to do to get that third spot. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I forget where I was going with this caution because somebody just messaged me. But I think the furthest back that we've seen you at one point in time was with one of the pit cycles. We saw you back in right around the 12th spot and had to work your way back forward. You talked about the dirty air, making it harder to handle and whatnot. What was the key factor for working your way back past drivers? Because we've seen several drivers get mired back from that pit stop. What was the key factor that you think maybe they were missing to work their way back up?
I think at tracks like this, it's so technical, and you let the guy in front of you make a mistake or overdrive the corner. I don't think it's nothing you do. You race the track. You don't race your competitors, because the track's going to bite you. If you get tied off for it, you're going to get in the wall, as I did late in the running. And then you capitalize on people's mistakes. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I think you're racing people's mistakes more than you're racing them as far as speed goes. So you wait for them to make a mistake, and then you put yourself in a position to pass them. And that's my logic, anyways. But I'm a pretty patient driver for the most part. So I would say waiting on people to make mistakes and capitalizing on it.
All right, well, congratulations again on your third place finish. Go ahead and thank your sponsor. Shout out to everyone who helped make it possible.
I want to first shout out to Old School Diecast Deb. I'm sure she's watching. We got you a first and a third, Deb. Got to thank Huffman Designs for always making the cars sharp. Team Watson Racing Setups, Kinder Performance, Invested Brand, and I thank you guys for putting on a good show, and I thank the Bluegrass Series for letting us have a good place to race in.
Alrighty, and that is Justin Winters. Steve?
All right, that's going to conclude our broadcast here tonight and this week as we were at Nashville Super Speedway. As Alex Huffman, congratulations goes out to him for picking up the win here tonight. We'll be at Daytona next Monday night with the Truck Series at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't be late, where the action is the attraction. Meanwhile, I'm spending Bill Miller's pennies. Till then, good night, everyone.